And as you guys can see, this is the character development that was delivered. This is the character development that was delivered. This man, Daniel Goldface. What? How's it going, Squad Nation? It's your boy, Player 6. And today, back again with more Lookism. But I told y'all that we're going to start, you know what I'm saying, making more Lookism videos because, you know what I'm saying, the anime is coming very, very soon. So, hey, I might as well start off with just telling you guys the Clip Notes version of the story of my man Daniel Park. Pretty much his origin story and where we at. Well, not really where we at right now because I'll literally be all day with this. But, just to give you just the importance of what's been going on in Lookism and vice versa. Probably go to a point where, you know, where it's I'll probably make it to a point where we're at right now. I don't know. But anyways, I'm picking my nose, I'm sorry. without anything, let's just talk about my man Daniel Park, the MC, the main protagonist in this series, which is called Lookism. To say that Daniel had bad before his two bodies was a complete understatement. This man was getting his shit beat out of by this man Logan, bro. This man was ugly. He was short. This man was just rocking glasses, had an ugly ass haircut, and this man was getting fucked up in both the bathroom, bro, in classroom. This man was he was at the bottom of the bottom. It got so bad to a point where Daniel just wanted to escape. He wanted to run away, go to a whole different town, a whole different school. He wanted to do that. He was committed. So, after months of pleading, months of torture, and God knows a lot of freaking trauma, Daniel, or at least his mother, which is the fucking MVP of this entire fucking story. She's literally best mom of the fucking year. She 100% completely complied and sent my man Daniel off on his own. Because, you know, they couldn't really stay together because she had to, like, you know, she was the breadwinner. No father was involved. The father was gone wherever. Who the fuck knows where he is? And Daniel, he basically traveled and transferred to another school. And shit was nothing had changed. Nothing had changed at all. Nothing ever changed. This man still got his shit rocked, and he still got freaking humiliated. After literally crying himself to literal sleep, man woke up and everything changed for him. And I mean everything changed for him, bro. I mean, my man got himself a new fucking body, bro. My man looking nice. He looking nice, looking fit, athletic, perfect. So begins my Daniel story. Him having two bodies, one that was absolute fit and perfection, while the other was ugly and slobbish. Like, bro, this man was looking like a Wonder Boy from a K-pop freaking star and shit, bro. Like, god damn, this man was fit as fuck. And his ugly ass body's just lying there, sleep and all, bro. As the story progressed, Daniel started to learn more and more about his body swap thing, if you catch my meaning here. Number one is the fact that if he falls asleep, his consciousness will be directly put into his other body, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And the only way, or in other cases, if he pretty much swapped bodies with his other self, to make it more easy for him, he obviously has to slap his other body or just shake the motherfucker, shake his body up, and then he will immediately fall asleep, which will wake his other body, which, again, consciousness swapping in, blah, blah, blah. Number two is the fact that if let's say his body is out of commission, he is permanently stuck in his other or whatever body that he's in for the time being until his body's like, you know, fully like recovered and stuff like that. And finally, number 3 is that both their bodies need to, like, you know what I'm saying, go out and do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he leaves one of his bodies out, like, you know, just out without, like, you know what I'm saying, like, say for like a good 24 hours or something like that, and he finally goes to sleep, his body's going to have like some weird after effects. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has to go take a piss or try to, like, you know, take a shit, whatever case may vary, like, blah, blah, blah. The necessity things that he needs to do, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. So, in order to maximize both performances, both bodies are given, like, a good 12 hours. He will use his new body in the daytime while his old body is in the nighttime, where he works a night shift at a little convenience store, vice versa. And that's pretty much the bare bones of it. Daniel meets a lot of, very, whatchamacallits, very, very important characters in the Lookism that pretty much, like, at first off enemies, then turn out to be good friends. First one is Zach, who he pretty much had a run-in with from time to time, who was pretty much an ex-boxer. He's very fast with his punches and vice versa. He starts off as a crazy fucking bully, but he's really just a big old softy, just trying to, you know, clap his childhood friend Mira's cheeks, you know what I'm saying? Next one is Vasco, who looks like a gangster with all his goddamn tattoos, but trust me, there's some horrific backstory to that, how he got his tattoos, but one origin story at a time here, okay? He's also somewhat of a big little softy. He's actually quite a cinnamon roll if you really think about it. Another person is called Jay, and he's really just a mute, honestly. Like, even though he's like, you know, he doesn't really say much or anything, Daniel's pretty much very friendly to him, and Jay, in his own way, he pretty much, you know, gives back the affection, pretty much, even without saying anything. There's other characters that are pretty much interesting, like Gunn, aka the Black Air Force himself. This man right here, bro. Oh my god. Like, again, I'll save a whole video for him on why this man is a goddamn menace to society. But just to tell you, let's just say this man is, let's just say this man's a demon. He's a demon incarnate. Another interesting character I also want to bring in is Crystal, who apparently, just like Daniel, has the ability of the two bodies, where one is perfect and the other one's completely freaking ugly. And it's even more shocking that her father, Charles Cho, knows about not only Crystal's situation, but also Daniel's situation, and tasked her to pretty much keep an eye on him at all times. And honestly, she ultimately knew the truth and actually was trying to fall head over heels for Daniel, but sadly, that role goes into baby girl Zoe. She too, like most of the females in this series, liked Daniel in his perfect body, but she started falling for some picky Daniel, you know what I'm saying? She was falling for Daniel in his old body and vice versa. As the story continued to progress, Daniel, while was on summer vacation, went back to his hometown to visit his mom, but eventually he realized he also had to be freaking Logan, the man who gave him PTSD with all the bullying that he did, and vice versa. And even though that Daniel, in his perfect body, you know, he got the perfect physique, perfect athleticism, the skills and everything to boot, this man is traumatized and terrified of this man Logan as soon as these two lock eyes with each other. You really gotta be feeling for my man Daniel right now. Like, this man, like I said, he got everything going for him. Like, with this perfect body and all, like, you know what I'm saying, he's getting lots of female attention, that's one. Two, he's got, like, you know what I'm saying, he's going to a brand new school, he's befriending both Zach and Vasco, the two niggas that were basically wanting to freaking square up with him on day one when he showed up there. Like, even with everything going good for my man Daniel at this point, he was still, like, Logan was still in this man's head rent free. Like, this man could not get away from him. But thankfully, as Daniel thought, after that little, like, that interaction with him, he thought he was never going to see Logan again, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there's just no way. Like, Logan's back in his hometown, and Daniel's going to a whole new school in his new hometown. So there's no way in hell that Logan would ever transfer to the school that Daniel's in, right? Right? He transferred, didn't he? God damn it, he transferred. like Daniel, Logan had his specifically other crazy reasons as to why he had to freaking leave the hometown they were just in. And surprise, surprise, he transferred to freaking J-High, the school that Daniel goes to, and Jesus Christ, Logan did not, he wasted no time to start trouble, obviously being the fuck out of freaking Zach, and wanted to go toe-to-toe with freaking Mira and Vasco. Mira almost was about to get the beating of a freaking lifetime. Zach woke up and beat this man, give him the freshest, sweet chin music. And obviously, as the fight continued to progress, Vasco appeared, and this man, he had the ultimate grip of flipping death, literally, forcing this man to kneel for him. As you guys could probably guess, this literally shot Daniel's PTSD up from 0 to a whole 100. A whole 100, bro. Like, this man did everything in his power to get away from Logan. And now he has to deal with this man on a daily basis, seeing him in his own freaking new high school, bro. You really hate to see it. Problems then and there for my man Daniel. After trying to help out his friend Gino from making a fucking goddamn mistake and getting the shit beat out of him, or probably almost trying to kill a dude, vice versa, Daniel's trying to tell Gino to freaking, like, tell him to run, tell him to get the hell out of here, but Gino having a fucking inferiority complex and being a goddamn idiot, like, bro, thinking that Daniel's an enemy, that Daniel's, like, you know what I'm saying, like, this man's basically jealous of Daniel and his perfect body and shit. This man does the most wildest shit, and this is by far the most hated thing that Gino has ever done in the entirety of Lookism. He pushed Daniel and the dude out of a damn 6-story building. Try not to get mad. Try not to get mad. Try not to get mad. Oh, bro. Ooh. Y'all don't understand how that pissed me off back then. Oh my god. Anyways, because of this piece of shit act, it pretty much severed Daniel's connection to his new body temporarily. Because Daniel's body is basically in a very, like, comatose state. Like, because as I said before from the beginning of this video, when Daniel learned about his newfound ability of, like, you know, going to another body and into his new body and vice versa, one of the things that he learned is that he cannot switch to his other body while it's still, decommissioned, basically. Like, the shit is not, like, good. Like, it is not, like, you know what I'm saying? It is not well. So, man, Daniel has to wait God knows what until, you know what I'm saying, his body is, like, you know, good to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good to go to, you know, transfer and shit like that. But who knows when that's going to happen? Like, literally, who the freak knows? Because, bro, like I said, Daniel his new bike just fell down 6 damn stories off of a damn building. Like, 6 stories. And is in critical condition. Like, Daniel has no idea whether his body will ever be, like, good to go, or heck, like, there's just freaking no way. And on top of that, while it was being unconscious and, like, transmitted to the hospital, Daniel found a piece of evidence that the body belonged to a James Lee, which freaked the heck out of Daniel in its entirety. Now, I'll go over this just a tiny bit, basically. Basically, the body of Daniel that he's pretty much been using is a deep, in-depth depiction of a guy named James Lee was supposedly back in, like, the pre-generation type shit. Like, again, there's, like, a whole lore with this I'll get into, like, in a minute, like, to cover, like, possibly, like, the pre-generation war, first generation war, and second, all that stuff like that. But just to give you, like, the Clip Notes version, basically, Charles Cho developed Daniel's second body to be, like, a precursor, or pretty much like basically surpass James Lee, because this guy, James Lee, who is apparently a K-pop star going over an alias named DG, basically was a menace to society. Like, this dude did everything. Like, this man, athletic built, physique, power. This man was everything. And Charles Cho wanted to replicate that, thus making a new body for, I guess you could say, for Daniel, which is kind of confusing, but again, it's wild, but it's confusing. There's a whole fucking lore with that I'm not gonna try and touch, but I'm just giving y'all the Clip Notes version of what of the stuff, because again, the lore about how Daniel's body came to even be is still confusing to this day. Of course, during the aftermath of this situation, Jiho basically gets arrested and prosecuted because he is literally the #1 suspect with Daniel falling 6 stories to possibly to his freaking goddamn death, and it's literally sent to juvenile. You can pretty much guess this leaves this whole situation with Daniel's new body being in a freaking hospital, and the lore revealed that he literally got from freaking Charles Cho, and all this other craziness. This literally makes Daniel freaking super depressed, and it literally just got like a bunch of stuff just floating in his goddamn head, contemplating damn near. And Zoe, being best girl that she is, I literally hurt myself, God. Best girl that she is, she tries to tears up my man Daniel, but guess who's here to fuck it up? You guessed it, Logan. So, Clip Notes version. Oh my god. While staying in this new high school, Logan started to end up getting feelings for Zoe. But Zoe likes Daniel. Well, at first, Logan peeped the fact that, oh, like, she likes, perfect Daniel and shit like that. But then he realizes that she likes old Daniel. You know what I'm saying? Fat Daniel. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. This leaves Logan pissed. And Logan does the most shittiest, like, being a fucked up person that he is. He goes up to Zoe and be like, look, I'm gonna make this real easy for you. You, me, we gonna bang. Alright? We gonna be a thing. If you don't want that, fine. I'll just go beat up your fucking, the big, fat, ugly-ass Daniel right here and leave him in a very poor-ass goddamn condition, basically. So, because of that, Zoe ends up getting with Logan for the sake of Daniel, but Daniel doesn't even think of this. Better yet, he doesn't even know that Zoe and Logan are even a couple. He leaves. Like, he runs away. Like, bro, like I said, this, like, Daniel is in a very fucked up state right now. Like, bro, he lost his new body. Logan is literally back. And now you're telling me that Logan's about to be on his ass every single day and shit? Oh, hell no. So basically, Daniel ends up leaving and stuff like that. And this, we get into the best character arc for my nigga. I highly suggest you read the Lookism, the homeless arc, where basically Daniel meets up with a homeless person, and basically, you know, we get this amazing character development. He also meets up with his mom, and obviously all that stuff is good. And then Daniel trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, being in his happy place right now. In shows up Crystal. Again, like I said, Crystal was, you know, she liked the Daniel as well. But then she bitch slapped the fuck out of Daniel. She's like, so this where the fuck you been at? Meanwhile, your girl is out here trying to fucking save your ass from this man Logan. So Daniel, being a child, okay, this nigga pulled up his big boy pants. He said, okay, bet. And pulled up to my Oh my god, yes! And as you guys can see, this is the character development that was delivered. This man, Daniel goes beast mode. He beats the pummels this man Logan, bro. In his fat body, he said, I don't need my perfect body to whoop that ass. I don't need my new body to whoop that ass. I don't need my perfect body to whoop that ass. I am coming in with all the smoke, bitch. Fuck out of here. Oh my god, bro. And even though this man Daniel was getting the shit beat out of him, this is the character development that we have been waiting for. This is the character development we was waiting for. The fight between him and Logan. Logan obviously knocked Daniel out. Like, even though Daniel was going beast mode on my mans, Daniel got knocked the fuck out. But because of that, triggered Daniel to be back into his new body, his perfect body. And my man Daniel's like, okay, bet. Let me go get my old body because, bro, I can't leave that, like, you know what I'm saying? So my man Daniel goes into his new body. Obviously, he's full of strength, basically. You know what I'm saying? He's in full strength. As you guys can see, you know what I'm saying? You got all the rules, everything that, you know, that's lined up. If one body cannot regain consciousness, the bodies do not switch. The body must sufficiently recover enough in order for them to switch, vice versa, basically. So now, he's on his way to get his original freaking body from freaking Logan. And Logan's pissed because now he's in some trouble, hot shit. Because during this fight, Daniel Logan made a bet that if Logan uses his, you know what I'm saying, his right arm, basically, his right fist, then he has to let Zoe go, basically. He has to let Zoe go, you know what I'm saying, and be with my man Daniel. You know what I'm saying? Get this nigga me, yeah. So, man, Logan's like, fuck, I use my right fucking goddamn hand. And my man Daniel's like, yo. And you see the look in my nigga's eyes. He's like, I ain't scared of your bitch ass no more, Logan. That's pathetic, bitch. Like, bro. And man's Logan's just like, oh, you calling me pathetic, huh? Like, bro, my man Daniel's like, bro, I don't give a fuck what you is, bro. You better get the fuck out my way. And Logan, he's out of it. Like, keep in mind that even though that he knocked the fuck out of Daniel's giving him some of the, you know, the work. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. My man Daniel even looking at his old freaking original body like, damn, man. I really took a nasty-ass beating, but still, I did a good-ass job. Scene even more freaking wholesome and emotional is that my man Jay, best boy, my mans, stayed with my man Perfect Daniel's body just so he could stay, bro. Just so he could get, bro. Jay, best boy, bro. Best fucking boy. Best boy right here. Best nigga right here, bro. Don't matter what y'all niggas say. Jay is best fucking boy, nigga. And now we are in the pretty much what I like to call the 4 Crew Saga. Now, you're probably wondering what the fuck 4 Crews? Yes, they're pretty much in this story of Lookism, there are the 4 crews, obviously, you know what I'm saying? You thought Lookism was all about, you know, a guy getting a new body and basically got looks and stuff like that, looking dazzling. He's pretty much experiencing the, you know what I'm saying, the perks of looking like a handsome ass K-pop star. No, that was the first half. The second half is all about gang violence, basically. And all deals with the 4 crews. Now, in the story of Lookism, there are 4 major crews. God Dog, Big Deal, the Workers, and Hostel. And the Workers are pretty much probably damn near number one on this list, because the Workers, they're they're basically the corporate organization that basically just that takes care of everybody. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Like the internet, all that shit. Like they are top dog up at this bitch, right? And Daniel and the rest of, the posse, the crew, you know what I'm saying? They have tangled with the four crews before, or at least their affiliated groups before, you know what I'm saying? With the, with the scams and all this other stuff like that, and a whole bunch of other craziness. Daniel, seeing that, these four crews, you know what I'm saying, all these four crews individually, they're the ones that are pretty much involved with, Daniel and his friends pretty much getting in these getting caught in these these gambling crazy ass sites at one point, and a whole bunch of other shit. Even the fallout between Daniel and Gino's friendship, which by the way, Gino, even though he's a piece of shit, he got caught up in the gambling scam, which pretty much was the breaking point of Gino basically doing what the fuck he goddamn did. Daniel pretty much went on a crusade to take down the four major crews. One of them he took out was basically God Dog, which, to be honest, God Dog was an unstable group in its own self, right? And they pretty much fell out pretty quickly. With one of the crews, Johan, which I will get to him in a minute, but Johan, he's like the only member left, and pretty much the only one that's pretty much, around, basically. So, there's that. Daniel tries to find ways to take down the rest of the other crews, which is Big Deal, the Workers, and obviously Hostel. Well, Big Deal and Hostel are pretty much both out of the freaking question. The main honcho, as Daniel pretty much realizes, is really just the fucking Workers, because the Workers are really just the really big bad bunch of the two, of the four, actually, I should say, the four. Because Johan is basically, even though that he formed this freaking crew, he formed this crew off of demonic tendencies that, again, has a whole crazy backstory that ties with Zach and Mira and all that. Again, I'll get into all of that in due time. Big Deal, the leader of Big Deal, Jake Kim, another Black Air Force in this fucking series. His ultimate goal and aspirations in this entire series was literally try to phone up some money, and also try to find his, his, I guess you could say, his friend and predecessor, Sinu Han, who basically was the original leader of Big Deal, but he sacrificed himself to pretty much, save the rest of the Big Deal crew, right? And Hostel is basically, basically a whole bunch of shit with Eli again. I broke down Eli quite a bit a long time ago, but Eli is also the big daddy of Hostel. And Hostel's though that the main factions, the affiliates, the Runaway Fam, those people and a whole bunch of other shit, those don't really have much affiliation to the real Hostel. The Hostel that's pretty much run by Eli, another guy, Warren Che, and the baby girl, Sally. So, they're pretty much good. The big bad of the bunch, up top, is the Workers completely. So, my man Daniel's okay, bet. Let me go after freaking Workers and try to take down get rid of Workers for good, right? And guess who he runs up to try to take down the four crews? The Black Force Activity man himself, the man, the menace, the man who got the black, white eye shit that Daniel has where he goes, UI, Gunn. Gunn, who likes Daniel and likes his freaking aspirations to take down and destroy the four major freaking crews, gives this man an envelope to tell him how to destroy the four crews. And it's actually kind of insane too, if you really think about it, because in actuality, Gunn, along with his best friend, associate, crazy motherfucker, Goo, which is the blonde guy with glasses, he and Goo basically established the four major crews to begin with. He was the one that established the four major crews. He was the one that established Hostel, Big Deal, And obviously the workers was already a freaking thing. And God Dog. So he's like, bet. You know what I'm saying? And in some certain way, and back in his mind, Gunn for the longest part of his life wanted to destroy, he wanted to destroy the four crews. He wanted to take care of them as a means of pissing off Charles Shaw, because apparently he wants to go against Charles Shaw and all this other craziness. It's a very confusing, convoluted plot line and all this shit. But like I said, you guys just gotta read this shit for yourself, basically. Like, bro, this is where the true meat is at with this series, bro. Oh my god. I'm being upfront. If you guys like fight scenes, like freaking whole bunch of freaking fight scenes, action-packed, like all this shit, again, the first half is pretty much slice of life, showing you just like, my man Daniel getting adjusted to his new body and all this stuff. The second half, which is the Four Crews saga, is where the real meat, where things really start to get a little spicy. Now, as of right now, with the series in the manhwa, Daniel right now is in the workers. He's undercover in the workers, and he's trying to destroy them from the inside out. Basically, he's pretty much pulling a whole Itachi if you really look at it like that. And that's where we're at right now. I'm not gonna spoil too much of where we're at with the recent chapters, although I will cover the recent chapters in due time, probably in another video. But all in all, Lookism is fire, okay? And the MC, aka Daniel Park, bro, once he got through that character development that he desperately needed to fucking stick it to freaking Logan, amazing. This is the character development that was deserved. But anyways, I'm done hyping myself up. All this stuff like this. Lookism again. Like, the anime is out. Oh, it's not out yet. It's coming in like November 4th, I believe. Yeah, November 4th. So, just to give you guys, some leeway, there's still time for you to catch up with, Lookism. Pretty much season 1. Well, it's not really a season 1, but basically just one saga, basically. Just a whole saga. The first saga, which pretty much is a slice of life saga, basically. And then we get to the second saga, which basically is the Four Crews saga, where basically a whole bunch of shit happens with the Four Crews, with God Dog, the workers, big deal, all yada yada. So anyways, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like this video, comment down below, share this video across social media if you can, and don't forget to hit the subscribe if you're new to my channel. This is Sweater Psych signing out. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace!